All right, so Will, a bunch of us have been obsessed with Jotun Slayer over the past couple months on Discord.
Actually, it's called Jotun Slayer.
You know what? I say it both ways, and every time someone says I say it wrong.
Well, now we both got it. So
yeah, there we go.
Comments, we got you covered. Shut up.
But we started spreading it to like 4 or 5 of us pretty quickly. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm patient zero.
Yeah, but then that branched me off to another game from a franchise that I've played a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, since the PS2. And unfortunately, you already spoiled it for yourself, so I'll just go ahead and...
I don't think I spoiled anything, because I still don't know what we're talking about.
I mean, you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I may have guessed this one.
Yeah. So this
Not
was...
my fault, though.
So I found out about this on Blue Sky when someone mentioned that there was a Dynasty Warriors Survivors game that came out in February. And I had no idea, because earlier this year I was obsessed with learning more about Warriors Origins, the new mainline like Dynasty, Samurai, whatever Warriors game that came out. But apparently this also dropped this year, and like no one talks about it. But it's not exactly a Survivors game. It's more like a Hades style roguelike. It's very Hades coded. But real quick, I want you to see all the freaking characters you can unlock in this game.
Holy crap.
Which I have gotten them all, by the way.
What do we got here? Is this like all the different Musou?
Yeah.
Like,
so we
Samurai
have
Warriors, Dynasty Warriors.
Basically every Samurai and Dynasty Warriors characters, plus 3 characters from the Atelier games and 3 characters from the Ninja Gaiden games. So we got Momji, Rachel, and Ryu.
Oh, dude, you got to play as Ryu.
Of course. And of course, the higher up characters are more powerful, so you start unlocking at the bottom. And then you grind your way to unlock all 119 characters so far.
Holy crap.
And at the end, you get Ryu and, of course, Lu Bu, who is a freaking god.
Can't have a Warriors game without Lu Bu in it.
Of course. And they've actually put out a survey to see what other characters you might want in the game. Can
we get a Gundam in here?
Yeah. They've done a crossover with the Atelier and with Ninja Gaiden characters, but they were like, okay, what characters would you want even not from like Tecmo Koei
Give
titles?
me Burning Gundam from G Gundam. This hand of mine is burning red.
It glows with an awesome power.
Give me that.
I put on my wish list to be the Stellar Blade character Dante, Kratos, Lightning, Bayonetta.
Okay.
Lots of hack and slash kind of characters, but they had a survey out. Hopefully we get some more crossover characters. They do sell like $100 worth of different costume packs for this game because of course. And so like you've got...
How much is the game?
Huh?
How much is the game? Like the full price of it?
I don't remember. 20 bucks, 40 bucks. It was not a $60 title.
Well, got to make money somehow.
25. So
I'm gonna stick with what I said.
Pretty cheap game, goes up to 80. And like obviously they have a bunch of different costumes, and for the freaking Atelier characters, of course they have like swimsuits.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, you don't really like the game screen is so small, you don't really see them. So you've got 3 main game modes. If you do select hero to play and you unlock these later, then you do like a standard run like with Hades, where it's a standard linear run through 4 different game levels.
Okay.
And then you have like 4 or 8, I don't remember, a set amount of challenges per level where you start over and rank up and things like that. But then you also have 2 different like challenge modes. One is the Void of Ephemerality, which is basically like a speed run. You get like 10 minutes to see how many layers you can go through, and it gets a little difficult each time. And the Depths of Torment, which just gets harder and harder, kind of like the Endless mode in Jotun Slayer. And then there's a training hall, which unlocks after you beat the initial first run of your game, which has 6 different tiers of rewards you can get for each type of training. So you've got separate Dynasty and Samurai Warriors training, separate like types of characters training. Like the content in this game is freaking ridiculous. So you've got those game modes, you've got the training, you've got 119 characters, and each character, you unlock them, and then they continue to evolve as you increase their cumulative level up to 500. you can reach a maximum once you've unlocked everything level of 50 every run. So that takes a really long time. And every 50 levels, your stats increase on your character. And then certain characters can either transcend or you can unlock unique weapons for them once you have enough of these blue flames, which take a really long time. Like, you have to farm them to unlock. Like, it took me forever. It took me about 10 hours to unlock all of these just baseline. But then, and they're like 1,500 to 2,000 souls, blue flames, whatever each. But transcending them is 60 to 80,000. So there's like thousands of hours of content in this game, should you want to farm it.
Do you feel like there is noticeable difference between like the levels of each individual character? Like, or is there a point where you hit like level 50 and then everything kind of plays the same?
You do get certain stat increases that make a huge difference. So like right now, like every character you unlock increases your overall like all character stats, kind of like the gods in Jotun's Lair, where it's like a permanent for all characters. So you can see in the bottom right, I've got plus 115 health to any character, plus 72% attack to any character, plus 120% defense, and then there's like speed buffs. And those really do stack up over time. You do start to notice it. I honestly haven't had a standard run where I hit level 50. Like my highest right now, you can actually go through and view your play record. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Here, if I go to the depths, every time you beat the final boss, you get to save it as like a record slot to then play for the challenge runs. But you only get a set number, so you have to start overriding them. But like my highest right now is 33. That's as high as I've been able to level up, even chasing XP boosts and things like that. So I'm imagining by 50 you get pretty ridiculously high, like in terms of strength. But you have your levels and then your overall power level, which goes up into the millions. And that's where things get crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and start a run. We're not going to use Lubu because he's just like easy mode. You want to pick someone or should I just... Oh, you said Ryu. We'll just do Ryu.
Yeah, do Ryu.
There's so many freaking characters.
If all these characters with power levels in the millions,
right.
kind of feeling like maybe we should have a Goku. Like
that would be sick. So the costumes, it's weird. Like for the crossover ones, I don't even like most of the alternate costumes because I want them to look like him.
Well, that's Xbox Ryu. I really like classic blue suit Ryu.
Yeah.
Like that's a good one.
Okay.
I don't think I know what that white one is though.
It's like medieval armor. I don't know. Some of them are weird. Like if we go to Rachel, we've got like what is that from? I think that's just for Gooners.
Are you sure that one's not for Gooners?
That one's more like the games.
What about that one?
That one's at least more like stylized for the games. So you can see I have total stats for the character. They have an ease of use rating. So like the higher up on the unlocks, the easier the stronger they are. So the easier they are to use. You have your cumulative level. And then you can also, as you beat the challenge modes, you unlock these records of sin that you can equip, which just like add buffs for your run. So I haven't actually used one of these before. I'm going to do increases your Musou gauge by 19% for 8 seconds after blah, blah, blah. That's fine.
You'd think something called a sin would be a debuff.
Yeah, you would think.
To make it harder.
You get to view your traits, your actions, and then possessions. You have different things you can unlock over time. There are so many micromanagey things you have to keep in mind here that it's really, like, I don't know how anyone keeps track of all this. And you're going to see why, because you're going to start building a party of all of these characters, and you're supposed to keep track of all of their abilities. So the normal game mode also has 6 different difficulties that you can unlock. I have only ever beaten any of them on the normal one just because I've been playing through it. It gets, like I said, I don't know how any one person keeps track of everything you're supposed to keep track of in this game. So you start on one level and you play through, and the first entire like layer is just ridiculously easy. Like it answers a complaint I have with Hades and Balatro in that it's really kind of annoying to like level up your character so much and still face a big challenge on the first realm whenever you really want to get to the next one. But it's also like that took me 2 X's and a Y to beat. Like, what is the point of that? Even on this harder difficulty.
So this does not auto attack.
No, this is not like the Survivors games. You are doing button combos and chains and just like in normal Warriors games.
Oh, okay. That's really cool, actually.
And each layer, you either get a chest with like items or currencies in it, or you get to form an alliance with a hero. And you see the bar at the bottom. You get a party of 6 that you can summon while you're fighting to attack with you or do a combination attack. and each hero can boost your power levels by different amounts, combine abilities, add in elements. You're supposed to keep track of all of this and build it up over time. You get your main party of 6 that you can swap between using the flag for like who you actually fight with, but you basically just keep adding more heroes to your army and building your power level like infinitely.
Do you find yourself switching between characters in a run, or are you pretty much just play as one guy?
Yeah, the guy you actually play as doesn't change. It is just the summon. So like if you do if you do a certain X, then like it's not going to do it while I'm not in combat, but you get to summon him to use his Musou ability and chain your attacks or do more damage. But you don't change who you play as. You can change your formation, which changes the literal shape that they summon in, which affects your power level. And there's like a dozen of those. You have to unlock them through the run. And then you can get Irma, which is like the god of hell in this game. You can get his recommendations to basically auto-configure your party, which is just what I do every time. I check to see if it increases my power level. If it doesn't, I reset it. But you can manually choose each of your slots as you unlock people. And I don't know how you keep track of that. So this one would get me health. These only seem to appear in the first level for me, which defeats the, like, I'm never taking damage in this. So that's really annoying. This one, I just get a normal hero alliance. This one, I can get one with a specific emblem. And then there's options, like some of them will give you extra blue flames or the red currency, various things. So we just keep going through the run, just like Hades. And instead of having god powers, you just form alliances with new heroes and build your party. So yeah, none of this is auto attack. I am doing everything. Normal XXY button combos, just like in normal Musou games. And then your Musou attack. And then you have your ultimate team attack, which goes crazy and drops a tactical nuke on everyone. So by default, unless you can configure your parties to go for specific elements and all that stuff. I'm just going for maximum power level at the moment because it's just the easiest to keep track of. So the blue flame here is the Karma Embers, which you use to unlock characters and evolve them with the Transcendence and stuff. So you need to get that currency while also getting your power level up for the lair. And then you get these, which is kind of like Hades, where you have a kind of a gamble of you could get a good thing, but you also get a bad thing, or you have a chance. And so this one gives me Tears of Blood, which is a per run currency for getting special items, but I lose 20% of my health, but I can heal that back pretty easily. So I pretty much always take that trade. You get Peaches for health dropped by enemies. You can unlock certain abilities that get you healed based on combos. And then there's just layers to heal. But
now I have an important question.
Yes.
Since we're playing as Rio here, can you do an Azuna drop?
I'm not sure.
It's like one of his signature moves. I would hope so.
He has a bunch of, like, each character has 6 levels of signature move actions, which get pretty bananas. Increase attack.
So how long does it take?
Phases.
It seems like these runs are really, or at least these levels are pretty quick. I assume that changes.
It gets a little harder. There's a massive difficulty spike with the bosses, which is something I felt with Jotun Slayer as well. Okay, some missions some levels you also have a secondary mission that you have to do before you actually beat it, which is usually not too bad. The runs themselves are pretty quick. I don't usually feel it takes very long, but each level you go through once you beat. So we have 8 phases per level of hell, and so there's my Musou attack, big ninja move. So each level of hell, which there are 4 of, gets more difficult and takes longer. But the runs themselves are like 15 minutes total if you're not struggling. When I first started, it was like 30, but now it's like 15. All right, so here we have unlocked a formation, so I can come in here and I'll just show you if we use the recommended one. Obviously, we don't have all 6 heroes yet, but it's going to switch to the new formation and jump our power level quite a bit.
All right.
And you can min-max all of this. I just have ADHD and not the capacity to take in all of this information at once, so I just make number go up.
Oh, don't worry. I'll start playing this and I'll post a clip in the Discord.
I'm sure
you'll be like, oh, what the heck? I didn't think of that.
Yeah, basically. Some of these you have to have certain levels to unlock, which is really annoying. Sure. Sometimes I don't want any of these, and you just kind of have to pick.
Oh, there's no skip?
No, it's really annoying. All right, so then I showed you the Musou attack. You also have X, Y, There we go. I summon, and he uses his Musou attack, and you can do each of your characters in your party to summon their Musou attacks, and then they have a cooldown for that. Some of them are harder to summon. They don't always show up.
So you could have 6 Musou attacks
Yeah.
queued up in addition to your guy.
Yes. And then, which I'll show you in the next one, we have our assemble attack, which is all 6 characters. Obviously, I only have 3, right? Or I guess I'll have 4 now for this one.
Avengers?
Yeah. Yeah. That guy, that's fine. Get lots of buffs from him. So I'll just go straight into this level using... Yeah, how many of these are... We usually don't get these back to back. Okay, this one's just pure benefits. I'll take some Karma Embers.
What's Karma?
That's the blue flames that you unlock characters and stuff with.
Okay.
They all have goofy names. Oh, well, this one doesn't even... See, yeah, the earlier one's so easy. Like, there's no point in using your assemble yet. So I will wait until the next level.
Yeah, so far you're just breezing through everything.
Yeah. This is on the harder difficulty. Last time I tried playing it, I had a lot more trouble. So I'm wondering if it'll get harder on the boss or if I've just leveled up enough that it's not as much of a challenge now.
Just showing up for me here.
Yeah. That's okay. Usually when I go to record these things, I just suck. All right. So I can go ahead and use it. So pull the trigger, do the assemble thing. They all use their Musou abilities. There's a timer bar at the bottom. And if I unlock my Musou ability and use it before they disappear, or the level can end and I don't get to do that.
All right, well, after seeing all that, I only have one question.
Yeah.
How's this run on the Steam Deck?
It runs freaking great, dude. They have a dedicated Steam Deck profile. Basically just drops it, not even fully to the lowest settings. And it runs a pretty solid 60, like significantly better than Jotun Slayer does.
Wow.
So this is the boss battle.
There's a lot of stuff on screen. I'm surprised by that.
Yes, I am too. It runs so much better than Jotun Slayer. It's not a graphically demanding game. Like, there's a ton of stuff on screen, but like the graphics are honestly pretty disappointing. I would rather obviously it run well than look great. I could keep playing PS2 era Musou games that look like that forever anyway.
I kind of feel like if they just put like a hard line cell shade on it, it would look really, really good.
I think so. All right, I'm going to get to use my assemble here in a moment. All right, we'll go on and do that.
I don't know. I think you're... Oh, okay. You can do it if they're on cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, the cooldown is only for their individual summons, not that. All right, he's about to die, so I'll just go on and use this. And then after you've used your Musou within the assemble, everyone summons. Oh, it's still not going to do it because it ran out in time.
That's all right. You get another chance.
It's basically a tactical nuke. It is ridiculous and overwhelming because in some of the challenge ones, you're just popping that off constantly. All right,
I think
so every boss you get a little buff item you can pick between, kind of like Hades.
Yeah. I definitely think Virgil would be a cool character for this.
Dude, that would be sick.
Especially if they bring that theme song in.
Yeah. I'm hoping they'll do a lot more.
Storm.
I don't know how well this game is doing, but they've, like I said, they were putting out surveys. I mean, like, even characters not from our games, who do you want to see? Like, that would be awesome. All right. And then we move on to the next layer of hell. This is going way better than last time I tried this difficulty. So clearly I think unlocking everyone really boosted my stats.
I mean, just watching you play this, I can think of a bunch of characters I would love to see.
Yeah.
Like Virgil. I already said Goku. That'd be funny.
That would be awesome.
Or like Journey to the West, Son Goku.
Yes.
That would be very on brand for them.
Yeah.
G Gundam, any of the G Gundams would be good.
Honestly, they have a long list of crossover games that they could just pull the heroes from if their licenses cover that. Like, we've got Dragon Quest, we've got Zelda, we've got Gundam, like you said. There's a bunch.
Want to see Zangief? Pick a guy up and spin him around. This is a really cool game. So how'd you find this? Was it just a recommendation?
Yeah, just someone on Blue Sky being like, hey, if you like Survivors, come play this. It came out in February. No one's talking about it. I'm like, what?
Man,
I've been really wanting to play Warriors Origins, but this was cheaper and holds me over in the meantime. Yeah, I'm planning through
Was
this.
this
Maybe
the game
I
you were
switched
hinting
to.
at when when you said you stopped playing Jotun Slayer?
Yeah, like it came at the perfect time because I was like burning out. Like I put, I think 45 hours into Jotun Slayer and had basically unlocked everything. And I was going to go for like all the trophies and achievements, but some of them are just ridiculous. And then I picked up this and I'm like, all right, this is my new obsession. So I'm about 12 or 13 hours into this one now. And I still haven't picked up Ball X Pit, so there's...
Well, we'll reconvene for that video too.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do my summon. I don't know if it'll... yeah, we're going to finish it off too quick. Just go on and... There we go.
So it's not going to do the nuke if there's still somebody
It is now. Oh, and there's a mission, so... It's just like over the top in every possible direction, and I love it.
What kind of damage does that do to a boss, though? Like, is that a viable...
Yeah, as long as you have his shields down, some of the earlier ones can be taken down just immediately by it, and otherwise, like, it is something you want to be using regularly. Oh, that one was an illusion. But yeah, there's constantly so much on screen, and obviously you can kind of tell some of these have telegraphed attacks, and those you want to dodge because that's how you know you're going to take damage, like I just did. But later on in the like higher level fights, there is so much on screen, like you're never going to actually be able to dodge everything and tell what's going on. But you get invuln frames for dashes, or if you're using your Musou ability and that kind of stuff. So you have ways to manage it. My only real complaint about how it feels, like it feels amazing. It is super addictive to play. But the dash is really weird. It has a cooldown that shows up above your head, and you can get, with speed buffs and everything, you can get multiple dashes, like in Hades or any of these other games, but you only get them if you're spamming it consecutively. It's not separate cooldowns, which is kind of weird and annoying.
Is it timing based, or?
I don't know. You only have like a split-second window to like dash, dash, dash. Whereas I'm used to games being like, if you get an extra dash, you just dash again, and you have separate cooldowns for it. But this one... you gotta chain them. All right, I'm gonna bounce off this run and show one of the other game modes real quick, since this is a little easy.
Oh man, Kratos, that'd be a good one too.
And the whole screen when you die there is straight out of Hades. Like they completely ripped that. So like I said, you have two different modes here. One is an endless mode that gets just harder and harder, and then this one is a speedrun endless mode, or not endless. It's a speedrun mode where you pick one of your party, both of them. You pick one of your parties you've already won with, and then it gets harder each time, but you can also keep building your party. But you only have 10 minutes to just see how many layers you can do total.
I say you give the people what they want. You do Lu Bu.
Yeah, he is ridiculous. It's weird. His summons are a lot harder to do. It's a lot harder to summon the party with him, but he's just so ridiculous. Like it doesn't matter.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And then his freaking Musou attack is just a giant like Masenko wave or something.
At any point, was he not overpowered?
No. The second I unlocked him, it's like, okay, this is just when you just want to be in game and just screw around and kill everyone.
This is your reward.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to Lu Bu?
About 10 hours of grinding the little karma embers. Could have done it quicker if I went for like specific farming of it, but
I really like how it looks when it's like this.
Yeah.
It's like weird black and white visual treatment.
And in this mode, it's pretty cool. You get to keep leveling up. So whatever level you reached in your primary run that you made this little save slot for, you get to keep leveling up as you play through the levels and keep getting stronger. And then every few waves of it, you get to add a new hero to your party and keep building that up too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, Lu Bu is just bananas. And what's cool is everyone's Musou attacks are different. And so you could really like fine tune your parties based on the kind of attacks you want. Oh, I think he just picked up a guy. Like it's stupid. you could really like fine tune which Musou attacks you want and why. And it makes every character honestly feel kind of unique to play. Their combos are a little different. Their Musou attacks are different and beneficial in different scenarios. And like that, it's really impressive how deep it gets. And then specifically Dynasty Warriors characters get an extra type of charge attack from those games, which I haven't really successfully used a whole lot, but is another layer of depth there that you could leverage if you want. Like it just gets absolute screen chaos in the end game. Something very satisfying about just like this feels like peak what you expected Dynasty Warriors to be when they're like, we can put 1 million enemies on screen at once with the blast processing of the PS2 emotion engine. I know it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is,
I'm just being goofy.
that's kind of my requirement from a Dynasty Warriors game is how many dudes are on screen.
Yeah.
How many dudes can I hit at the same time?
I will say it's kind of like they clearly have a ton, like a ridiculous amount, and they keep filtering through. They have the maps kind of divided in ways where you encounter them in groups, but it's kind of disappointing in some ways when you do your big ultimate assemble attack or whatever that you can't, like, it kills all the ones that are there and you run out. Like you can't, it doesn't just keep, you eventually run out of enemies for that attack to kill before it spawns more in, which I guess is just to rate control you from beating it too quick anyway. But like, it feels like if there's supposed to be that many on screen, like the tactical nuke is just going to obliterate them, and you clearly reach a point where it stops adding kills to your tally.
Has the level variety been like? I'm seeing some kind of samey looking stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's the weakest part of the game. There's a ton of content when it comes to the characters and the strategy and all of that, but the levels are very shallow in terms of what's available because there's only the 4 layers of hell, and then you have 8 phases you play through on each level in the main run, and you do end up getting repeat like environments. They feel almost procedurally generated a little bit in terms of like you have certain types of chunks that are just kind of put together. It's at least shuffled a lot, but sometimes you can get the same looking kind of one back to back, and it's just, that is definitely the weakest point of the game. There's not enough in my opinion.
Okay.
And like, especially doing the normal runs, like you play through the same 4 bosses over and over, like it gets kind of weak there. But it definitely overcompensates with the character depth and character variety and all of that. But yeah, this is Warriors Abyss, a game that came out in February that they seemingly just didn't market enough because they had another big Warriors game this year. And it's freaking addicting as hell.
I mean, this would definitely scratch the itch if you were looking for another Survivors-like game.
Yeah.
It's not an auto attack, but I mean,
I kind of prefer that.
I just started Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Yeah.
And like just the high frame rate, high resolution, lots of dudes on screen. This is all doing that for me right now. If I had seen this first, I probably would have picked this up.
Yeah. It
Would've
makes me
waited
want to
on
go
that.
back, and I still need to finish Age of Calamity, and I have 1 million on PS2 and stuff that I need to finish because this is definitely keeping me in the Musou headspace.
All right, well, listen. Tecmo Koei?
Yeah.
Listen. Just put Gundam in this, and I'll buy it right away.
Yeah.
This is my message to you right now. If you put a Gundam in this, I'm going to buy it right away.
I think there's a lot of potential for crossover DLC. I hope it's popular enough, but there's a lot of potential there.
I mean, it's a silly thing. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with putting silly characters in there.
Yeah, no, I think so. Like, they're clearly going over the top. And you have, like, the Ninja Gaiden characters have guns and stuff, so clearly it doesn't need to be whatever.
The snake should eat its own tail. Put characters from Hades in this game. All right. Well, thanks for showing this to me, man. Like, this is... I know I kind of spoiled it, but like I did actively close the window as soon as I saw the name of the game. I was just saying I hadn't seen any, so this is my first real exposure to it.
It's freaking sick. I just realized To get these records of sin after these kinds of runs, you're spending your karma embers, which is why I never have any to unlock stuff in here. That sucks. Okay, I need to keep that in mind. But yeah, it's a lot, but like, whew, $25, incredible value. A little more expensive than Jotun Slayer, but worth it, in my opinion.
Let's see, what is this game on? Is it on? It's on everything.
Yeah, literally everything.
It's better than Jotun Slayer.
Oh yeah, you get to like customize a bunch of music playlists too. Like you can do
Heck yeah.
everything. It's bananas. All right. Thanks for watching. Remember to be kind, rewind. We'll have more of these as I continue to get obsessed with many time sinky games in the future.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. It'll be in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.